We're going to be taking a look at Operation Firestorm in the second Assault DLC for Battlefield 4. This is Xbox One gameplay on the regular Conquest size of the map. I'm going to try and get a helicopter roadkill there to start off the round. You'll notice as I sort of look around the map further in this video that a lot of stuff is on fire, a lot of plumes of smoke are rising into the air. This map actually lives up to its name now, Firestorm. There's tons of fire coming out of pipes and things that are just burning. There's also big gasoline slicks on the ground that you can light up with any sort of explosive or incendiary type of weapon. You're going to see that in a second here. As I turn the helicopter around, I see a target on the ground, not even intending to light up the gas slick. I shoot here and you can see massive flames erupting there, and I'm going to turn back around and you can see that the entire parking lot has now been engulfed in flames. These gas slicks are located all over the map, so chances are you're going to have some pretty hairy situations where you don't realize you're standing on a gas slick. Somebody's going to throw a grenade near you. You're going to think you're fine, and all of a sudden the whole area is just going to light up and it's going to take you out. The fire will burn you very quickly. In this clip I'm on C Point, which is probably one of the more difficult and annoying points to capture because it's right next to this big oil refinery type structure, oil processing tower, I don't know what you want to call it. There's lots of tanks and pipes leading to it, and snipers can get up on that tower. For the most part, it feels a lot like the original Firestorm. The lighting has been updated. The ambiance of the map has just got this sort of like bleak feeling to it now, and I really like the update. You'll see the massive flames coming out of these pipes here. Before in Battlefield 3, there were no flames coming out. They'll hurt you if you get close. There's like nice flowers that are growing here in the field. I just really like all the small updates that were done to this map. Inside here it's much darker. You can also see that the light swings based on like things impacting the building, which is a really cool update. And although Battlefield 3 offered us a lot of explosions and cool visuals like that, we didn't have a lot of burning effects and fire effects. Firestorm is really just taking advantage of the new Frostbite engine, and you'll see I'm going to look up at this pipe here, and this gas leak just looks amazing. If you walk under it, it's also going to hurt you. It will hurt you if you're driving by in an open vehicle like a Jeep as well. And I got kind of addicted to hunting out and finding all these little fire leaks on the map because I just thought they looked so cool. The engine just takes such good advantage of the new fire effects, and I'm really glad the devs just kind of, they even went a little overboard with how much fire there is on this map, but it's just really fun to see. And you can see how the ground in a lot of areas has got this sort of wet feeling to it. It makes me feel uncomfortable because I'm not sure which are gas slicks and which might just be some leftover rain or something like that. This is Capture Point D on Conquest Large, a really valuable capture point. For the most part, the layouts of all these points look unchanged, but it's the small changes again on these new DLC maps for Second Assault that really make the big difference. You're going to see some cool windows on top of a building later that actually change up tactics and fighting around B Point much more than they were initially. So I'm driving the Jeep over here onto B Point, and B Point is definitely one of the more fought over points on this map. It's right in the center. Everybody can get access to it real quickly, and there's plenty of areas for infantry to hide. Now let's talk about sort of the ambiance in relationship to this building fighting. You can see it's much darker in here. There's longer cast shadows, and the lighting system here, if it's turned on, will react to explosives. As you saw before, the light was swinging around as the tank shots were impacting the building. You can still completely destroy these buildings and get access to, say, infantry hiding inside if you're a tank driver. Now, aside from the gas slicks that can be lit on fire, there's also basically pipeline. The big pipeline that goes throughout this map can be breached, and it will create fiery hazards throughout the map. Unfortunately, I didn't really get to see a lot of this. I wasn't too sure how to trigger it. I'm sure we'll know very soon how to do this, and I got a feeling it's going to be an amazing effect. I'm already really impressed with the gas effects when it lights on fire, so I can't wait to see what it looks like, and I'm hoping that it's going to offer a lot of new ways to counter vehicles in this map. Now, the rooftops have often been a really good place to try and engage armor on the ground. They usually can't aim their turrets up high enough to deal with infantry up here. So they've been working out really well, and as you can see, we now have some windows in the center of the rooftops there, which you can swipe out with your knife or shoot out and drop down in the center of the building. Just adds a cool way to try and ambush people inside the building, and it really just gives infantry an extra way to try and move around the map and stay hidden from the vehicle, since it is such a vehicle intensive map. Now, as far as the vehicles go, it appears that we're getting the exact same setup from Battlefield 3. Seems like 2 stealth jets, I guess in this case, the anti-air jets, not the air-to-ground jets. And then we get multiple tanks. On regular-sized Conquest, we have 2 tanks. I believe on the larger Conquest version, we'll probably get 3 or 4 tanks. We're going to have an AA tank, just tons and tons of vehicles in this map, and it's going to be really cool to see some of these desert tank battles with all the flames in the background. I think it's going to create a really, really cinematic experience. And honestly, at first I was a little confused as to why they were bringing Firestorm back. I don't think it's a bad map, but I thought there were some other maps that I would have much rather seen than this. But I was thinking back to it, and I have had some of my best helicopter times on this map. I've had some great tanking times, and I've even had some really fun moments while moving around the map as a elite squad of engineers, ambushing tanks, taking out helicopters with javelins and that sort of thing. So I've actually had some really, really good experiences on Firestorm, and I'm really looking forward to seeing what the new Firestorm brings with all of those gas slicks. I cannot wait to ambush people and booby trap people with those. So I would love to hear in the comments what your impressions of this map are so far. Is it same as mine, where you were a little skeptical of Firestorm, and now that you've seen it, you're excited to play the map? I think I'm pretty much excited to play all the new DLC maps, regardless of how skeptical I might have been initially about the choices of the maps themselves. I'm really, really happy visually and strategically how they've been updated. So, as always, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. This is Level K.